Look, man, I don't even care. Hell or high water, I am not missing the Southeast Adventure Vehicle Expo. So we are on the way to the Southeast Adventure Vehicle Expo in Stark, Florida. I am in the Jeep. My wife is following in the 4Runner. You have no idea what I've been through already just trying to get there. I installed an Adams drive shaft. Everything was great, but while I was under there, I noticed there was an oil leak all along the bottom of my vehicle. So I took it to a shop called Pinup's Jeep. They're highly rated, and I asked them if they could finish it in one day because I got to get to the expo, and they finished it 2 days ago on Wednesday. I picked it up that night, and they told me when I went to go get it that you might see a lot of smoking because we have residuals that's underneath the vehicle that needs to burn off. That should go away within about a couple of days. And then today, I told my wife, let's just take 2 vehicles. Like, I think we need to bring a lot more stuff to this than our regular trips. About an hour into our drive, my wife is saying, hey, you know, you're smoking underneath still. I pulled over to a gas station parking lot, looked underneath, and it was still covered with oil. And I'm like, this can't be residual anymore. Popped the hood, checked the dipstick, like it was bone dry. And I'm like, okay, there is no oil. Like, it's come out already. So I called Pinups. I'm like, hey man, I think this thing is still leaking. And he said, all right, I'll send somebody over. And I told him, well, I'm like an hour away. He's like, it's okay. And he sent someone to go and help me, and we replaced the oil cooler right there on the spot. It turns out that one of the O-rings that the oil cooler sits on, it wasn't on and seated completely, and it had like it just eroded, and so he put a new oil cooler in. We're back out on the road now. We're probably not going to get to the expo till like 9 o'clock tonight, but that's okay. At least I'm going to make it there on the first day. Granted, I don't have any more issues because I do not want to miss the expo. I am too excited to see Overlandaroos, Sunshine State Adventure Company, Sunshine State Vikings, Adventure with Danon. I can't wait to see those guys. Plus, I'll get to meet some of the people that I've been working with, like FrontRunner and Zero Breeze. Hopefully, that was the end of my troubles. I learned a lot fixing this oil cooler in a parking lot of a gas station, but sometimes that's how you learn, and this Jeep has always taken care of us, and I'm hoping that it continues to do so and that we get there okay. Finally made it to the Southeast Adventure Vehicle Expo here in Stark, Florida. We're here with Overlandaroos, Sunshine State Adventure Company, Sunshine State Vikings, and also Adventure with Danon somewhere. This kind of marks the 1-year anniversary of meeting Brad and Danon for the very first time. If you watched my previous videos and you saw my video from Expo last year, you will have seen that that was the time when we kind of met, and we have been great friends and voyagers together since. So this is kind of special. All right, so we have ourselves like a little store. We got some stuff from Sunshine State Adventure Company, some hats, some shirts, patches, stickers. Then outside the tent, we got a booth set up showing some of our videos on the screen. Danon is manning his booth because he's selling knives and moose knuckle shackles and blankets. It's the most random collection of things. And then we have an information booth over here and a checkout counter, basically, with Brad and John. Then all of our rigs are on display. Much different experience than last year when I was here to spectate, and this year we are basically vendors, so that's pretty cool. All right, time to make our rounds. here with Steve with Front Runner, and I wanted to record this just to say thank you for everything you've done, man. Yeah, this guy took care of me.
Happy to help you out, and love to see more content coming soon. So we got some new stuff in the works this year that I definitely love for you to try out. You know, when we get it in stock. We got a Land Cruiser Prado down there, 200 series cruiser, Tacoma, Patriot camper trailer with rooftop tent. We got a 4Runner with a rack on it. You know, we're doing a giveaway here where people can come sign up for free. Chance to win a rooftop tent that we're raffling off next week.
This is you guys' first time here at Save, right?
Displaying, yeah. So I had one of our reps out last time just to kind of check the show out, but it's our first time displaying, and obviously we're from California, so it's a bit of a trip, you know, but we do have a warehouse in Florida now, so a lot of our East Coast customers, if you order online, you'll get things a lot faster. Yep. You know, it's actually just in Jacksonville. It's not far from here at all. To have some East Coast stuff is exciting for us, and we're trying to, you know, bring it out here, not just do everything in California.
This is Steve, CEO of Front Runner United States, and it's been a pleasure.
Thanks, man.
Meeting with you, like really legit, and I will support you guys just because the products are great, you know, and you guys have always treated me well, and even prior to me meeting you, it's always been good, and so I'm glad to have finally.
I'm glad to hear that, man. Thank you so much. So,
all right, so I'm here with Joe from Tiny Campers.
So what we're going to look at is a 5x8 Kong with it has an extended box on the front. What's cool about this is this customer wanted his Dometic fridge as well as a generator holder. It's 2-inch square tube steel with the tempered axle.
How you want it.
It's got a Dometic slide out right here. All our doors are basically designed for every customer. It comes with 2 doors, 2 windows, air conditioning unit, roof racks on top. We do also use a lot of starboard material for our builds. So everything that you see inside is not made out of wood. There's no wood in this product whatsoever. It's wood, aluminum, stainless steel construction. You can get them with kitchens, whatever you want in the back. But unfortunately, a lot of our customers don't use the stoves inside. They don't use, you know, a lot of sinks. So they like the storage and space. So we have a spice rack, we call it, a spice cubby, about a 16-inch in depth shelf. And then I think recently we're going to actually start partnering with Zero Breeze, and we'll start keeping the Zero Breezes right here where they would duct on the outside and duct inside. Currently right now we have a window unit that basically is reducted towards the front.
We're going to talk to Sean. So I'm at the Zero Breeze booth, and you guys already know that Zero Breeze has been a super crazy supporter of this channel. What did you guys bring for the expo this time?
This is the color Elect Hive, and it has 2,500 watt-hour capacity, and it got AC ports. All the AC ports push out about 2,200 watts and can surge at 4,000. And also it comes with a DC port, the Lightning port, and the Anderson port. And this is a 100 watts AC port, the 100 watt USB-C. I'm sorry. And this is a regular 18 watts USB-C, and those are 18 watts USB. And this one is the Anderson port. You can connect to our Mark II air conditioner directly.
It's a beast, man. This thing will last you 4 or 5 days, like running the fridge. We've taken it everywhere.
Our most famous product, Mark II portable air conditioner, is battery powered. Each battery runs about 5 to 6 hours, and you can hook up 2 batteries at the same time. It gives you about like 10 to 12 hours of running time, and it can drop the temperature from 25 to 30 below the ambient. We have it going in here.
I have mine covered with a tarp over there, but you said this is waterproof, so I can take the tarp off.
Yeah, no problem. It's a rainproof. It was pouring last night. It had no problem at all.
They brought over a trailer, so there is the Zero Breeze. In there, it's venting out to this area. It feels really cool in here, and then it vents out to there. It comes out right here. So Zero Breeze is definitely doing their thing, which I am very, very happy to be working with them, and for all of your guys' continued support, man. Yeah. All right, man. So this is Jen. They hit me up, and we've been wanting to do some stuff together. You guys have blown up your product line a ton. Want to walk me kind of through what you guys have going on here? Yeah.
So everything we do is temporary mounting solutions. So everything we do is vacuum mounted. Everything we do, all you're doing is you're just applying a little bit of pressure and pumping up and getting that seal. We have handles, we have things for roto packs, hooks, shovels, your max tracks. And one of our favorite new items that's just been released over the last 3 months is this kitchen station that you see here. So you can have your food prep station, your trash, your paper towel holder, storage and Tupperware space, and then a sink setup too for the side that just makes everything really, really seamless and really easy. And again, temporary mounting solution so you don't have to mount anything permanently.
You're gonna hear more about some of this stuff because as soon as I get back from Expo, we're gonna reconvene our conversation now that they've produced a ton more stuff. You guys are doing great, and I'm very proud of what you guys are.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We appreciate that.
It's good to see that. Yeah.
We really do.
So we are here with Extrusion Overland. Carlos is a guy who follows me on Instagram, and we just realized that just now. Like, hey, don't we? Okay.
I remember your face on YouTube, you know.
Talk me through what you guys are offering and what you guys do here at Extrusion.
Full customized bed rack solution. They can go any truck. Like the good thing about this rack, you can just adjust the height of the bed rack. You know, like some people.
So if you don't want to go full width, you can go. Oh wow!
Depend how your tent, depend how your rig, your setup. If
and you can lower it to match
with
it.
Your cap, or you're gonna match with your roof rack, or you're gonna lower like him. You know,
I like that.
More panel here. We have this one is like a lift.
Oh, that's nice.
You know?
Okay,
it's
yeah.
Nice. It's cool because you can access to your bed for any side of
get everything you need. Yeah.
If you have a new accessory for your truck, you don't have to like, oh, I have this is my rack. How I can put it in, the rack. No, the good thing is you can just move it, swap it, go around. If you have your water container one side, you're gonna have it this side. You just unscrew it, put it this side. You don't have to dismount the bed rack, and you can full customizing. If today you have this setup, but probably in a few months you're gonna have another setup, and you're gonna adjust the height. You're gonna order this part, or any part of the rack, and you can full customize
without having to do the whole new thing. I mean, I like you have your setup pretty good too. I mean, you got
I have the
everything
water
on there.
container in this side, like
water container.
It's different.
fuel.
You see, his is a short. Mine is a little bit longer. That way, I don't go to the height of the cap.
Right.
I just try to match my tent with the roof rack. I have the lift gate over there in that side. I say, okay, let me decide to move everything around.
Yeah.
And the good thing is you don't have to dismount the rack. You don't have to do nothing. You can swap the tent. You can swap everything, and you're gonna have everything on place.
All right, that's Extrusion Overland, man. Thanks a lot for the walkthrough.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man. So you guys are heavily in conversation between me and my friends. What would I need for a Forerunner? Say I don't know what I'm doing.
We have 3 different setups. So we have the entry level, which is the GS series of shocks.
Okay.
That's a twin tube shock. Then we go to the mid-tier shock. It's called the IMS. So it switches from a twin tube to a monotube shock. So it's a fully rebuildable, revalvable, and it's also high adjustable, coilover style on a, let's say, a Forerunner. And then we would go with the top of the line MRR. It's a 3-way adjustable shock. So you have low speed compression, high speed compression, and then rebound adjustments. For overlanding, the IMS, it's really popular. So you get the 2.2-inch body, and it's also the coilover, so you can actually raise or lower the seat height, and you can do final adjustments with the seat height.
Okay.
So that would be my recommendation for that build that you're going to be doing.
Hey guys, John here, Sunshine State Adventure Company, creator of the Florida Adventure Trail. We had an awesome time here at the Southeast Adventure Vehicle Expo. This is my first time ever running a booth. We had a ton of fun having all the YouTubers here hanging out with us. If you got to stop by and hang out with us, thanks so much for stopping by and saying hey. We really appreciate it. Getting the chance to meet all of our fans from YouTube and all of our supporters of the Florida Adventure Trail. You guys are awesome. We really loved getting the chance to connect with you. Thanks for buying hats and shirts and supporting what we're doing. You guys are awesome. Pretty much everybody covered everything about the fat already that you need to
So I would just rather take my opportunity to bring awareness. For 2 years now, John's taillight has been broken. While we were over there doing an educational session for the Florida Adventure Trail, rain just started coming down like ridiculously and everything got drenched, and I actually had left this back open and I was able to wipe some of the stuff down, but you could see that there's like humongous puddles down here. But now we'll actually get to find out, because I left my Zero Breeze still parked up there. He said it can take the rain. When the rain stops, I'm gonna see if that thing actually still works, because it was a monsoon, man. It came down. I'm actually covered head to toe now with rain gear, because it's not pretty. So we're gonna check the Zero Breeze. As you can see, it's still kind of wet. Oh, it beeped. And let's see what it's doing up here. Oh, look at that. It actually works. Impressive. So we're gonna recreate what we did last year. So I just met these guys. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hey, I'm Brad Drew from Overland Deroos.
Hey, I'm Danon, who doesn't edit videos from Adventure with Danon.
Last year's video is when I first met these guys. Yep. Just 1 year later, we've become family, close friends.
Hi.
We've become celebrities. Just kidding, we're not.
Two of those kids said hi to us. They clearly knew who we were.
We're like the Avengers.
Yeah.
I have
That's not true.
thoroughly enjoyed being your guys' friend.
Thanks,
and
man.
all the group chats that we've had.
That group chat started
jokes.
on day one.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Started
did.
on day one
On
and
day
it's
one.
carried through every day for 365 days.
Until we went on our first trip together, and that's where we
Yep.
are today. You never know who you're going to meet, who's going to be running into your lives. This expo marks our friendiversary for 1 year.
guys.
It's awesome.
Such good
But then John got added to the mix, the head of the Florida Adventure Trail, Sunshine State Adventure Company. It's been an honor just rolling with you guys.
That makes you our Yakuza leader.
Oh, Yakuza. He's like, that's
I'm
not
like,
going in
no,
the
you know what
video.
it is? All four of you are the Ninja Turtles, and I'm Master Splinter. Is that how that works?
I'm 100%
No,
okay.
Zach.
I'm 100% okay with that.
I'm glad I met these guys, and I'm glad that John reached out. But I also want to thank all of you for not only your support on the channel, but also for all of you that came by the booth today and just talking to everyone. We were honored to meet you, and it was we're glad that you came and have found value in what we're doing here, and continue to support. And yeah, bye. We love y'all.
Stop by, say hello.
So our friend Danon has been working out a affiliate deal with a company called Moose Knuckle. They specialize in recovery shackles. I like theirs. Instead of a regular D-ring, this actually locks together, which allows you to put a strap through here a lot easier. And then over here I have a hitch shackle, which will go on the 4Runner, since the 4Runner has a hitch mount. This is the Mohawk. This will go on your hitch shackle, give you another recovery point there. Thanks Moose Knuckle for supporting and getting us all this stuff to try out. This is the YouTube video of YouTubers. Addie, you need to be hanging out with these people right here if you want to learn how to YouTube.
Brad majestically running with his camera.
Yeah, the Deroos. This is what we do. This is how it's done.
It's so good.
It's majestic.
What music do we put behind that for your reel?
this is basically what happens when you forget to shut your tent, step off somewhere, and then a monsoon comes. There's a puddle all underneath this mattress. So we might have to sleep in our vehicles tonight, who knows, because this is gonna just be wet. This is not good at all. Ugh, I'm upset. Alright, so this is what I'm doing now. I soaked up all the water that I could, and I have the Zero Breeze running, and then I also took my set power fan on full blast, and I am using both to dry the inside of this tent. But I don't think I'm the only one dealing with this situation, honestly, because when that rain came down, I looked around and there were a ton of tents with their windows still open, rooftop tents, ground tents, even some trailers. So I'm sure that there are some people here at the expo right now that are also dealing with a damp sleeping area and is trying to dry it out so they can sleep in there. Unfortunately, at the time, I was rushing to get to our seminar and forgot to close my windows, forgot to even close the back seat of the Jeep, and got to the seminar. The rain came down. We couldn't leave because it was coming down so hard, and by the time I was able to get back to my vehicle, everything was pretty much already soaked. Yeah, this sucks, but hopefully this thing will get dried out in the next hour or so that we can at least sleep in the tent. Good night.
Out of words just for how happy I am and how delicious this is. You even toasted my buns for me.
I will toast your buns anytime you want, bro.
I know.
So I don't really know why my last few trips have just been filled with drama. I promise I'm not doing that on purpose, just for better YouTube content. I had my oil cooler fixed Wednesday. Then Friday on the way up here, started smoking, and we replaced my oil cooler for the second time at a Raceway gas station. And then yesterday, went to go do my seminar and didn't realize that everything was still open, and the rain came down and just soaked everything. And last night was a nightmare. We had to dry out the tent, get the Zero Breeze going, get the set power fan going. You know, we love gear. Gear is fun to have. It's kind of why we get into this whole thing, and going to expos like this and realizing what other gear is out there. It's a whole different scenario when you're using the gear in a way that you never thought you would use it. Like the Zero Breeze AC unit was clutch last night, and not because it was hot and we wanted to cool ourselves, but because we used it to help dry the tent. And I'm actually really impressed by the battery bank that we put underneath it. We turned it on at about 9 o'clock last night, and then it didn't really die out, and I actually had to turn it off myself right around 3 o'clock in the morning, so 6 hours. And then the set power fan, I brought that just in case it gets hot and we need a fan, and I was able to use that as well to dry the tent. But even the expo itself has just been riddled with issues. Before I even got here on Friday, it was so windy that it was just blowing everyone's canopies and awnings and flags. It was all over the place because it was just unbearably windy. And then yesterday, the rain would come down. It would come and go, but when it came down, it would come down hard. There were people that were flooded over on the other side. Today, it's just bright and sunny, and you would wish that it was like this all weekend, but that's just the nature of it, man. And I think that all these things kind of make everything more interesting, and you look back and you're like, man, I remember that expo. We were getting rained on and we were getting blown on. We were getting blown on. I don't think that's really the appropriate thing to say. But what a better way to mark the 1-year anniversary of meeting some of these guys. Brad from Overland Ruse, Danon, Adventure with Danon, and also getting a chance to meet John Berkmeyer with Sunshine State Adventure Company, who created the Florida Adventure Trail. Finally getting to meet Zach from Sunshine State Vikings, and also having our friends Dennis and Chrislyn come here, and them two, along with my wife, have been volunteering through this whole expo. I think that's been awesome. My very first year I showed up to expo, I knew no one, and I just kind of came and looked around, and I didn't even camp here. Second year we camped here, but I didn't really know much either, and I was meeting some people, and some people, only maybe 1 or 2 people knew my channel, but that was it. And in this year we have just been non-stop, like people coming up to us and saying, hey man, it was nice, I watch your videos, and we really like your channel and your content. And I think that it's a testament to all of you who have supported this channel. Thank you guys so much for making this 1-year anniversary from last expo to this one just a whirlwind. We're building, and more people are becoming aware of the things that we're doing, and I couldn't thank all of you guys enough. And I hope that when this video closes, there isn't some sort of end credit where I get stuck again on my way home. See you guys next week.
It was a really awesome day. We talked to a ton of people and spread the love about the fact.
Look at this